There is something terrifying happening silently in the world today. It is not war, it is not crime, and it is not poverty. It is the quiet rise of people who see what others refuse to see. These people walk among everyone, but they think differently. They question things most people accept without thinking. And because of that, they make others uncomfortable. Society does not fear noise, society fears awareness. Because awareness breaks control. Awareness breaks illusion. And awareness cannot be enslaved. Today you will understand why intelligent people are often feared, and why their greatest gift can also feel like their greatest curse. Have you ever noticed that intelligent people often stay quiet in a noisy room? It is not because they have nothing to say. It is because they are observing everything. They study people's words, behaviors, and emotions. This makes others nervous without knowing why. People feel exposed around someone who observes deeply. It feels like their secrets are visible, and that creates silent tension. Most people are comfortable with shallow conversations, but intelligent people naturally go deeper. This depth feels unfamiliar to many, and unfamiliar things often create fear. They listen more than they speak. They notice the small details others ignore. They see the hesitation in someone's voice. They see the insecurity behind fake confidence. This silent awareness gives them power. Not power to control, but power to understand. Understanding reveals truth, and truth removes masks. People do not fear the person. They fear being truly seen. Paragraph 2. Intelligent people question everything. They do not accept ideas just because everyone else believes them. They want to know why. They want to know how. They want to know the truth behind the truth. This can make others feel challenged, because questioning can expose weak thinking. And many people protect their beliefs emotionally, not logically. So when someone questions those beliefs calmly, it feels like an attack, even when it is not. This is why intelligence can feel threatening. Questioning removes blind obedience. Blind obedience keeps systems alive. Systems do not like being questioned, because questions create cracks, and cracks allow light to enter. Light exposes everything hidden. This makes people uncomfortable. They prefer easy answers. They prefer familiar lies, instead of uncomfortable truth. Paragraph 3. Society is built on agreement. Agreement keeps things predictable. Agreement keeps things stable. But intelligent people disrupt agreement. They see flaws others ignore. They see lies others accept. They see patterns others miss. And when they speak, they shake comfort zones. People do not like their comfort shaken. Even if it leads to truth, comfort feels safer than truth. And intelligence becomes the enemy of comfort. They cannot pretend something is right when it is wrong. Their mind refuses false comfort. They feel the tension between truth and illusion. They see behind social performances. They recognize patterns of deception. They notice contradictions quickly. This awareness separates them from the crowd. The crowd protects its beliefs, even when those beliefs cause harm. And intelligence becomes a threat to group safety. Paragraph 4. Intelligent people often enjoy being alone. This confuses society, because society teaches that happiness comes from constant socializing. But intelligent people find peace in solitude. Solitude helps them think clearly. Solitude helps them understand themselves. Solitude helps them grow. Others may see this as strange. They may see it as pride. They may see it as rejection. But it is actually self-connection. And many people do not understand that. In solitude, they recharge their energy. They reconnect with their thoughts. They escape social noise. Noise weakens clarity. Silence strengthens clarity. Clarity strengthens identity. They do not need constant distraction. They are comfortable with their own mind. This independence is rare, and rare things are often misunderstood. Paragraph 5. Intelligent people see manipulation easily. They notice lies quickly. They notice fake behavior instantly. This makes manipulators uncomfortable, because their tricks stop working. They lose control. They lose influence, and they lose power. So they label intelligent people as difficult, or arrogant, or strange, just to protect themselves. Manipulators depend on ignorance. They depend on emotional weakness. They depend on blind trust. But intelligence removes blind trust. It replaces it with awareness. Awareness blocks manipulation. This frustrates those who seek control. They cannot dominate someone who sees clearly, so they attack their character, instead of facing the truth. Paragraph 6. Most people follow crowds. It feels safe to follow the majority. Feels safe to blend in. But intelligent people think independently. They do not follow blindly. They create their own path. This makes them stand out. Standing out attracts attention. Attention attracts judgment. Judgment creates pressure, and pressure creates fear. Not in the intelligent person, but in others. Independent thinking breaks social patterns. It breaks expectations. It breaks invisible rules. Rules most people never question. This creates isolation. Isolation creates misunderstanding. Misunderstanding creates labels. Labels create distance. Distance creates fear. And fear creates rejection. Paragraph 7. Intelligent people value truth more than approval. They would rather be honest than liked. This is rare, because many people sacrifice truth for acceptance. They want to belong. They want to fit in. They want validation. But intelligent people seek authenticity. Authenticity cannot be controlled, and uncontrolled people are unpredictable. Unpredictable people scare society, because society loves predictability. Truth does not always feel good, but intelligent people accept that. They accept temporary discomfort. Instead of permanent illusion, they accept loneliness. Instead of fake belonging, they accept rejection. Instead of fake approval, because they value reality more than social comfort. Paragraph 8. According to Arthur Schopenhauer, intelligence isolates people, not because they want isolation, but because they see differently. They understand reality differently. They cannot pretend forever. They cannot fake forever. They cannot ignore forever. This creates distance naturally, not forced, but inevitable. And that distance feels threatening to others, because difference creates discomfort. They cannot reduce their awareness. They cannot unknow what they know. Their mind has expanded. Expansion cannot be reversed. This creates emotional distance, not because they hate others, but because they see deeper. Depth changes perception. Perception changes connection, and connection becomes rare. Paragraph 9. Intelligent people often stay calm in chaos. They do not panic easily. They think before reacting. This calmness feels strange to emotional people. They expect emotional reactions. They expect anger. They expect fear. But intelligence brings control, and controlled people are hard to manipulate. This removes power from manipulators, and they do not like that. Not at all. Calmness is a form of strength. It shows emotional mastery. It shows mental discipline. Discipline cannot be controlled easily. This removes influence from manipulators. They cannot provoke reactions. They cannot trigger weakness. They lose their psychological advantage, and powerless people become hostile toward those they cannot control. Paragraph 10. Intelligent people see consequences early. They see danger before it happens. They see outcomes before decisions are made. This makes them cautious. Others may call them negative, but they are not negative. They are aware. Awareness prevents mistakes, but society often rewards impulsiveness, not wisdom. This creates misunderstanding, and misunderstanding creates distance. They calculate risk silently. They prepare mentally. They avoid unnecessary suffering. They see traps before entering. They recognize danger signals. This protects their future. But others misunderstand caution. They see it as fear, not wisdom. And wisdom often walks alone. If this message opened your eyes, then you are not alone. There is nothing wrong with you for thinking differently. There is nothing wrong with you for seeing differently. Your awareness is your power. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Never shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Never silence your intelligence to fit in. You are meant to see more. Subscribe now for more life-changing wisdom, and join the few who dare to think beyond the ordinary.